Welcome to Yoga with AJ. Today we're going to practice balancing postures. We have done this practice once before and we'll take it forward perhaps with a few more challenging postures and bring our awareness to the imbalances in the body. When you're practicing like this, it becomes apparent whether one side of your body is more stable or stronger, or whether one side of your body is more open and flexible. So bringing our awareness to these imbalances and trying to bring our energy into balance today. We're going to get started in Sukhasana or easy pose. I'm sitting in half lotus, or you can be peaceful here with both the toes under either knee, back nice and straight, and make a stable base for yourself. If you find this puts a lot of pressure on your knees, you can have a cushion or a yoga block under you. Come back to half lotus here. Remember to connect with your breath, connect with yourself as we continue to practice. Bring your hands up to your shoulders, relax the shoulders back, take a nice long inhalation, bring the elbows together, raise them up and bring them as far back as you can to bring them forward again. We're going to do 3 of these, going forward. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you bring the arms down. That's 3. Going the other way. Inhale, nice long inhalation, lifting the chest. Exhale as you come down. One more time. It's alright if your elbows don't meet, just bring them as close to each other as you can. Third one, relax, interlock the fingers, stretch your arms up. Look up if your neck allows you, and if your neck feels strained, you can look straight ahead as well. Relax the shoulders down in the sockets. Turn your palms up towards the sky and take 3 deep breaths, relaxing your shoulders down in the sockets. Depending on the shape of your shoulders and your elbows, you may be uncomfortable straightening out the elbows. They can be slightly bent. Just make sure you're stretching the sides of your body and your stomach and your back up towards the sky, relaxing the shoulders, stretching the palms up as high as you can. Take 2 deep breaths here. Gently release your fingers, bring them down. You're going to interlock your fingers behind your back now. Again, depending on how open your shoulders are feeling, you may be able to bring the palms together. It's also okay to have the palms apart. What we're doing is drawing the shoulder blades together at the back and lifting the heart. Look up towards the sky once more. 3 deep breaths there. And gently release. Roll your shoulders forward. Bring your hands onto your knees. So you're either in Sukhasana, which is easy pose here, or you're in half lotus. However you are, we're going to fold forward, check in with your lower back and your hips and your hamstrings to see how open they're feeling. So once again, you can either hold on to your wrist or you can have your arms stretching forward, whatever feels good to you. So I'm holding on to my wrist. I'm going to stretch up, take a nice deep inhalation. As I exhale, I reach forward wherever your body allows you, and that may just be halfway. And stay there. Take 3 deep breaths there. Gently come back up. And we're going to stretch out the legs. So have a look at your feet when you're in a resting posture. Are they absolutely straight? Are they turned in slightly? Are they turned out slightly? The way they are at rest is probably indicative of how you're placing weight on your foot when you're standing up. And this is a great factor when you are doing balancing poses, because it lends to the stability of the ankle and the foot, especially when your weight is on one foot only at a time, or if it's up on your toes. So have a look at your feet and see whether you can straighten them out. We're going to wake up the ankles, come into Dandasana, staff pose. So you're going to try and straighten your back. The tendency is for the back to collapse and for you to relax here, because the stomach and the back aren't strong enough yet to pull yourself up. So try and be as straight as you can. Take a nice long inhalation, draw the toes in towards you. As you exhale, draw the toes away, point your feet. So you're really extending the entire leg, growing nice and long. Inhale and stretch back again. Exhale and forward. We'll do maybe 8 more. 3, and stretching forward. 4, straighten the back. 5, 6, 7, nice straight legs, backs of the knees stretching out. 8, 9, last one, and 10. Slowly rotate the ankles, going 5 times in one direction, 5 times in the other. Your legs are working with your feet, your back and your stomach are waking up because you're straightening out that back. And going the other way, maybe 5 times. Really rotate those ankles, really feel them stretching. And relax. Draw the feet behind you. Stretch the ankles out now. So you have your big toes together, the heels flopping out to the side. Sitting there for a moment. Nice long back. Take a nice long inhalation, roll the shoulders back, straighten out the back. Bring your hands to prayer, and now gently sit up. Fold the toes behind you, sit back. So you're stretching out the toe joints. One more nice long inhalation, interlock the fingers, stretch the arms up one more time. Really pressing down into all toes, right from the pinky side, from the little toe all the way to the big toe. Take 2 deep breaths here. And gently release the hands. Let go of the feet, stretch them out one more time. Relax for a moment in child's pose. Balasana or Shashankasana, relax the shoulders, relax your neck, relax your ankles, and gently sit up. So when you're in this pose, if your ankles really feel very stiff, what you can do is roll up a towel or a mat, or even the mat you're sitting on, just roll it up and place it underneath the ankles here so that you have some support for the ankle joint. So we'll practice the tiger or close cousin of the cat. Come to a nice box, tabletop kind of place with your body. Check where you're placing your weight. You don't want your weight too much on the outside or towards the wrist. Have it placed nicely, evenly on all parts of the palm. Have the knees in line with the hips. Hands are shoulder width apart, fingers nice and wide for support. So when we practice the cat, we use the entire spine. We inhale and stretch up, opening the heart, lifting it. Exhale and draw the stomach in towards the spine. Draw the chin into the chest. So let's do that a couple of times. Inhale and stretch up, open the shoulders. Exhale, spread the shoulder blades apart. Draw the stomach into the spine. So opening up the neck, the middle back and the lower back, the hips, bringing some strength into the arms and the chest. So let's practice that with one leg off the mat. So you have one leg off, the knee is bent, knee and hip in line, your back will arch as you stretch up, look up towards the sky. As you exhale, draw that knee in towards your chin or your forehead. Inhale and stretch up one more time. Exhale, draw the chin in, curve your lower back. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, draw the chin in towards your knee and hold the Vyaghrasana, the tiger pose. Stretching up, opening the shoulders, lifting the heart. You can also look straight ahead if your neck is feeling strained. Staying there for 3 more breaths. And gently bring that leg back down. Same thing on the other side. Look up towards the sky. Exhale. Draw the knee in towards your forehead or your chin. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, curve your back. One last time, stretching up. Nice long inhalation. Exhale, pull the knee in towards you. And then stretch up. Hold the pose, you're a tiger. 3 deep breaths here. And gently release the leg. Sit back for a moment. So we're going to try doing the tiger with just one leg and one arm on the floor. One-handed tiger, Eka Hasta Vyaghrasana. Transfer your weight into your left leg. Raise the right leg. Now transfer your weight into your left arm. Transfer your weight into your right arm. Check how strong you're feeling. And raise the left hand off. See if you can hold on to either the top of the foot or the ankle. So your left arm, your right leg. Press the foot into the hand gently. You're going to try and find a nice balance. Hold the pose for 5 deep breaths. Gently release the leg. Doing the same thing with the other leg. So you have your left leg and your right arm coming up. If you're losing your balance, try and see what it is that helps you or stops you from balancing there. Bring the other leg up, the left leg. You can either have your toe plugged in or you can have it spread out on the floor, whatever feels good to you. The one on your supporting leg. Transfer your weight into your left hand. Raise the right hand. Hold on to your foot. Nice, strong balance there and hold for 5 deep breaths. You may have your knee a little lower in this pose. This is where perhaps you feel like being. That's fine too. When you come up higher, you're stretching out the front thigh of the bent leg and also activating the buttock and the hamstring muscles. Slowly release the leg. Sit back for a moment. Bring your knees to the width of your mat. Spread the knees. So your big toes are touching, the heels are apart. You're going to stretch forward. Come as far forward as you can, keeping your hips down on your heels. If you're very flexible, you'll be able to bring your chin down to the mat. Or you can bring your forehead down, whatever feels good. Relax the shoulders. Feel the hips stretching out. Relax the lower back. Rest for 3 deep breaths. And gently come back up. Bring the knees hip width apart again. Come on to all fours. Stretch your right leg back. Pretend you're pressing your heel against a wall. Stretch out the calf muscle, the back of the knee, the hamstring, all the way up to the buttock. Don't crash down into your shoulders. Remember to keep your shoulder blades apart. Use the stomach, the chest, the shoulders and the arms to keep you nice and upright. Draw the right leg back. Stretch the left. Activate the muscle above the kneecap. Press the heel back. Feel the back of the leg stretching. Keep the neck in line with your back. 2 deep breaths. And bring the leg back. Balancing on one arm now. Transfer your weight into your left hand. Inhale deeply. Stretch the right arm up. Depending on how open your shoulder is, you might have your arm a little lower. That's fine too. See if you can straighten out the back. Don't arch or curve the back. Back in a nice straight line, engaging your stomach to be there. Take 3 deep breaths. Neck in line with the spine, looking a little ahead of your fingers on the mat. And gently release. Transfer your weight into your right hand. Nice strong stomach. Inhale, bring the left arm up. Press away from the floor, don't crash or lean onto the right side. Try and stay in the center. Try and have both hips level. Don't have one hip raised higher than the other. Use the stomach and the chest, the arms and the back to keep you there. 3 deep breaths. And gently release. So we're going to be at tabletop now, balancing on one arm, one leg. You can have your toes curled under if you like, or you can have them flat on the floor, whatever helps you to balance. Take a nice long inhalation. Transfer your weight into your left arm. Raise the right arm. Raise the left leg. Hold there like a nice table. Try not to arch the back or curve the back. You may have your leg a little lower. Maybe this feels more comfortable for you. That's fine too. Keep the foot alive. Either flex the foot or point the foot. Holding there for 3 deep breaths. Gently release. Take a break for a moment. I want to show you how to open and outwardly rotate the shoulders. So So when you have your hands on the floor, your hands and your shoulders are in line with each other. When you turn the insides of the elbows out, the inside edges of the elbows are now turned towards the front. Now your shoulder is externally rotated and it's open. When you turn them back, the shoulder is closed. When you're in this position, it's difficult to balance, it's difficult to maintain. So it's nice to have your elbows open so the chest can open. So you're using your chest muscles to help you. Let's try doing that on the other leg. Come back to your nice tabletop. This time we're going to go with the right leg and the left arm. Transfer your weight. Raise the right leg. See how well balanced you are. Open the shoulders by turning the insides of the elbows to the front. And now raise the left arm. Hold. We're going to hold for 3 deep breaths. Try not to arch the back. Try to have both hips level with each other. You can look back and see whether your hips are level, whether one leg is higher, one hip is higher or lower than the other. Try and have them level. Stretch the arm in front. Nice open shoulders. Neck in line with your back. 3 deep breaths. And gently release. Come back to Vyaghrasana, Thunderbolt pose. And we're going to stretch in Child's pose one more time, releasing the lower back. Bring the hands next to the feet and bring the forehead down to the mat. Now for some of you, your hips might be up. You can roll a towel and put it underneath in between and sit back on it. For some of you, you may feel that the head does not reach the ground here. Make a fist with your hand. Relax the forehead on that. If your head is even higher, make 2. Relax. Relax the shoulders. Have the shoulder blades open, not bunched up, moving away from each other. Take 3 deep breaths. Releasing the lower back fully. Gently sit up. So we're going to balance in the down dog pose. The down dog pose may seem very challenging, it may feel very tiring when you do it. But when you get your balance right and your muscles are strong enough, it feels like you're resting. It feels like a resting pose when you're in down dog. So we were talking about the external rotation of the shoulders. This is very important even in down dog. So your hands are going to be shoulder width apart and you're going to try and bring the elbows to the front. Of course, when you're balancing that way with your weight on your hands, you may not be able to open the elbows completely. They may be just halfway there. Another thing you're going to do with your forearm is it's turning in gently. So it's slightly inwardly rotated so that you can bring your weight onto all 4 points of your palm, especially this joint of the forefinger and the thumb. So what's happening with your arm is the forearm is gently coming in while the upper arm is gently going out. So try and have this happen in down dog. It may feel very technical or it may feel like, oh my God, that's too many things to remember. Bring your hands shoulder width apart and just gently open the shoulders now. Now try to press down into the joint of the finger, the forefinger and the thumb, and you're already there. So it's not very challenging or difficult. Step your right, step your left, press up. Try to keep the shoulders open as you're pressing. Now you're going to try and bring the heels down to the mat. It's okay if they don't come up all the way, don't come down all the way. Also check in with your lower back. If your lower back feels like it's rounding and your hamstrings are feeling tight, maybe you want to try this pose with your knees slightly bent. Try and bring the hips up by lengthening the lower back. Now we're going to try stretching one leg at a time. Press your right foot down onto the mat. Try and bring the heel as close to the ground as you can. Bend the left leg. Open the shoulders. Remember to open the shoulders and lengthen the neck in line with the spine. Change. Really press that heel down into the mat. Bend the right knee. And keep going. We're going to do 10 of these. 1. And stretch the left. 2. Change. 3. You can go a little faster or a little slower than what I'm counting. 4. 5. Open the shoulders. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. And 10. See if you can straighten out the legs. Now find the right distance between your arms and your legs. Your feet are hip width apart, in line with your hip bones. When you look back at your heels, you shouldn't be able to see them. So as you look at your feet, your heels are completely invisible. Your legs are completely turned to the back wall or the space behind you. Try to bring your weight from the front towards the back of the body now. Bringing the hips up, lengthening the lower back, staying there for 3 deep breaths. And gently bring your knees down. Sit back. Child's pose, relax for a moment. Take 3 deep breaths there. Gently sit up. And come to the first plank. We're going to balance in plank. We're going to hold for 20 seconds today. Nice, strong hold. If you feel like you're tiring, you can release the pose earlier. Draw the stomach in towards the spine. Press the heels back against an imaginary wall. Lift. Open the shoulder blades. Looking down at the floor, keeping your neck in line with your back. Fingers nice and wide, hands shoulder width apart. Holding there, we're halfway there. And gently bring the knees down. Rest in child's pose once more. Take 3 deep breaths. And gently sit up. We're going to try an elbow plank today. So you make your tripod like you usually do for your dolphin pose. Measure out the elbows. Open out the hands. Interlock the fingers. Cheat with one pinky so that it doesn't get squashed underneath. Make a nice firm tripod. See that you're not moving. See that your elbows will not slide out. Firm the elbows down. Lift the shoulders. Don't crash into the shoulders. Lift up. So your weight is evenly placed all the way from your wrist, your hand, down to your elbow. Now you step back with one leg, step back with the other leg. Hold. Let's try holding for 10 seconds here. Draw the stomach in towards the spine. Open the shoulders nice and wide, creating a gap or a space between your shoulder blades. And gently come down. Rest for a moment. For the last time, we balance on all fours. Well, perhaps not all fours. Step back into down dog one more time. We're going to try a 3-legged dog. So you're opening and rotating externally with your shoulders like we did before. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Draw the neck in line with the spine and lengthen the lower back, bringing your hips up towards the ceiling. Maybe your knees are slightly bent. Maybe your heels are not touching the ground. Wherever you are, firm up your left leg. Pull up the muscles of the left kneecap. Raise the right leg. Hold. You're going to stay there for 5 long breaths. Make sure both your shoulders are at level with each other. Nice straight leg under you. Lengthen the neck in line with the spine. And now bending the foot towards the buttock. Hold for 3 breaths again. Straighten out that leg. Bring it back down to the floor. Find your balance again. Take a nice long inhalation. Bring the left leg up. Hold there for 3 breaths. Draw the foot in towards the buttock. Hold. And stretch the leg out again. Maybe your leg wasn't very high. Maybe it was right there, and that's fine too. Come back to down dog. Staying there for 3 deep breaths. And gently bring the knees down. Rest in child's pose. And then gently sit up. Come back onto your heels. See if you can come into a wide or a narrow squat, whatever feels good to you. See if you can bring your weight onto your heels. Pressing back and bringing your hands up. If you feel ready to stretch more, you can open out the hips. Sit up. See if you can bring your weight onto your heels again. Use your elbows Gently press with them, spreading the knees, sitting up. See if you can balance here. 3 deep breaths. And gently relax. Draw the feet in and we're going to slowly come up. Bring the heels down onto the floor. Slowly uncurling, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Lower back, middle back, keeping the knees slightly soft. Straighten up your back and then the neck comes up. So we're going to do some standing balancing poses now. What I was talking about before with the feet will come into play. We're going to raise the heels off and make sure you're coming up through the middle toe. These two and the big toe. If your weight goes onto the side, you won't be able to balance because your ankle will feel unstable. So let's try that together. Draw the legs together. See if your ankle bones touch each other. See if your knees are flush against each other. If they're not, that's fine too. Draw the stomach up. Roll the shoulders back. Take a nice long inhalation. Draw your arms up as you raise the heels off. Now the tendency may be to arch your back, so make sure that's not happening. Draw the stomach up, engage the thighs and the glute muscles. Hold here. We're going to hold here for a good 15 seconds. See if you can balance. And gently release, bring the heels down, relax the arms. You're going to try something a little different. You're going to work your ankle and the toe joints. Tiptoe pose. So come up onto your heels once more. Nice strong legs, balancing there. Now starting to bend the knees, keeping the heels off the floor. Slowly coming down as steadily as you can. Balance here for a moment. Nice strong stomach, strong thighs. Come back up with the heels off the floor again. Let's try that one more time. Bending the knees, keeping the back nice and straight. Using the thighs and the ankles and the toes really strong. Take a nice long breath. Come back up, heels off the mat and gently lower the heels. Don't fall out of it. Relax the arms. Shake the legs out if you need to. So we're going to see if the inner thigh can do that as well. Come back down. Raise the heels off. Let's see how your inner thighs are feeling. Gently bring your hands down and see if you can turn the legs out like you do in the cobbler pose on the floor. Your heels are still off the mat. Depending on how open your hip joint is, you might feel that you want to be here. That's fine too. Open the hips as much as you can. You can also have the feet a little away from each other. See if you can come up and balance here again. Hold. We're going to stay here for a good 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And if you can, without bringing your hands down, draw the knees back together. You can also use your hands to support you, find your balance. Once you're there, bring your hands back and come up all the way. Release the heels, shake. So we've warmed up the legs and the ankles. We're going to use their ankle stability, their ankle and leg strength to come into tree pose. So we have done tree pose before. You have your weight on one leg, you draw the other leg up. If you don't feel comfortable here, if your hip feels uneasy, you can have the leg lower or halfway up. If you feel that you can draw the leg up but you're losing your balance, be close to a wall or a chair, hold on to something and first try to draw some stability in your foot. If you're very stable here already, maybe you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, but be careful, you need to have some openness in the other hip to do this. So your right leg is off the floor. You do a variation of this. It's like a half lotus in the air. So you're going to draw the leg up and balance it there and hold. So you choose whichever variation you want to make you feel steady in the pose. We're going to hold for a good 20 seconds. So you can be in the half lotus or you can be in the tree, either all the way up where the heel is right up in the root of the thigh or halfway down. Choose whichever variation feels good to you. Be close to a wall if you feel unsteady. Hold. We're going to hold for a good 20 seconds. Hands are at prayer. So you're in Vriksasana, the tree. Make sure your roots, that's your foot, is nice and firm on the floor. The trunk, that's your thigh and your stomach, really strong and straight. Pull up the thigh muscles. Now if you want, you can grow your branches of your tree. If you feel uncomfortable with the hands pressing against each other, you can have them slightly apart. Staying there for 10 more seconds. Relax the shoulders down into their sockets if your arms are up. You also have the option to continue staying here if that makes you feel more stable. Make sure you're breathing. It always helps to focus your gaze on a spot. So find a spot to look at. And gently release the pose. Shake that leg out. You would have felt the entire leg working depending on which part of your leg needs more strength. So it could be the calf, maybe that is hurting a little bit, stretch it out. It could be your ankle because we worked it really hard a little before we came into this pose. Or it could be your thigh, trying the same thing on the other leg. Again, have your leg up wherever it feels comfortable. Either you're halfway up, all the way up, or if you're very strong, very flexible, you want to bring your leg into half lotus and hold the pose there maybe. Nice strong thigh. Arms relaxed even though they are at prayer. Don't tense them. Relax the shoulders and the elbows. Going to hold for 20 seconds wherever you want to, either up or down at chest level. Fix your gaze on a spot. Engage the stomach and the glute muscles. Relax the shoulders. Check whether you're able to balance equally on the inside and the outer edge of your foot. Staying there for 10 more seconds. And gently bring the hands down. Release the leg. Shake it out. You'll also feel your ankle working if you are in the half lotus pose. We're going to try one more balancing pose on just one leg. So we're going to be balancing on one leg with our weight slightly forward and the leg bent behind us. At first, just see if you're comfortable being here. Hold on to your ankle or the top of the foot, whatever feels good. Just see how you feel here, whether you're able to balance. You'll feel a stretch at the front of your right leg. You need to engage the entire left leg, keep it nice and strong to hold that posture, to balance there. Make sure the weight is spread evenly between the front and the back of the foot and the inside and the outside edge of the foot. Gently release the leg. Let's try balancing on the other leg now. Right foot on the floor, left leg folded behind you. And if you feel unbalanced here, if you feel that your balance is really wavering, have a wall or a chair, something to hold on to if you suddenly lose your balance. Staying there for another 5 seconds. And gently release that leg. Shake your legs out. So we're going to do the Lord of the dance, Natarajasana. It's very similar to what we did. Your back will arch a little bit and your leg will move away from your body. Now, you can either hold the top of the foot close to the toe, or you can hold on to the ankle. You can hold from the outer edge, from the outside, or from the inside, whatever feels more stable or more comfortable for you. So as you hold on to the foot, you draw the leg away from the body slightly. Don't have it too close to you, draw it away. And you're doing an opposition, just like you did on the floor with the tiger pose. You're pressing that foot gently into the hand. The supporting leg is absolutely straight. Your weight is evenly distributed on both sides of the foot. Strong roots there, just like you did in the tree pose a little while ago. Now you're going to start to raise the leg behind you, pressing the knee back. As you do this, your body will lean forward. So the object is not to lean forward in this pose. The object is to find a nice balance. So, stretching the leg away from you. As you do that, your body will lean forward. Bring the hand out in front of you. Hold here. We're going to try and hold for 10 seconds. Fix your gaze on a spot. And gently relax the leg. Release. Check in with your body to see which part of your body really felt like it was working, where you felt the balance, where you felt shaky and not so balanced. Let's try that one more time on the same leg. So you have your left foot on the floor, your right hand and your right leg holding on, gently pressing the leg away from you and lean forward. Lean as far forward as your leg allows you. Bring the arm out for balance. You can have the forefinger and the thumb together. This helps with concentration as well, or just have your hand out in front, whatever feels good. And gently release. Shake those legs out. You would have felt the hip, the buttock and the entire supporting leg work while the other leg was stretching. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We practice this pose twice. So folding the left leg behind you this time. Press into the hand gently and start to grow the leg away from you. As you're doing this, there's a push and pull happening. Your body will start to lean forward. Draw the right arm up. Fix your gaze on a spot. Stay there for 10 seconds if you can. And gently release the leg. Shake it out. Let's try this one more time. Hold on to your ankle or your toe. You can hold from the inside or the outside, whatever feels good. Take a nice long inhalation. Strong right leg. Start to grow the leg away from you. Lean gently forward. Hold. And gently release. Shake those legs out. We're going to go onto the floor to release the lower back and the hips. So you bring your knees to the width of your mat. Stretch forward for a moment. Staying there for 5 deep breaths. Slowly come back up. Roll up. With your head coming up last. We're going to try Garudasana, the eagle. We're only going to try out the legs today. So you're balancing on one leg again with the other leg wrapped around the standing leg. So maybe you would be able to wrap around once, and maybe if you're feeling flexible, you can wrap around twice, bringing the toe around your leg. If this feels very difficult to balance, and it might, stand against a wall with your hands against the wall and see if you can bend into the pose. Hold there for 10 long seconds. And gently release. Uncurl yourself, shake that leg out. You would have felt a lot of pressure on the bent leg. Try it one more time on the other leg. So you might be just here, and that's fine. See if you can hold there. The supporting leg is bent. If you can, wrap around twice. And sit back in the pose. Fix your gaze on a spot in front of you at eye level. See if you can hold for a good 10 seconds. You're getting a twist and balancing at the same time. And gently release the pose. Shake that leg out. We're going to go down onto the floor now. And you might wonder to yourself, how do we balance on the floor? It's called Anantasana. So you can imagine your Lord Vishnu lying back on his 5-headed serpent. You're going to be on one side of your body. Start out on any one side, whichever side feels good to you. So the legs, the feet, the hips, the shoulders, everything in one line. You can come down onto your elbow. Make sure both the hips are stacked one on top of the other. Now this is a tricky place to be because you're balancing completely on your hip, on the hip bone. So be comfortable there. Both the legs are straight. Bend the top leg, whichever leg that is. It's my right leg. Hold wherever you feel comfortable and gently start to stretch the leg. We're going to hold there for a good 20 seconds. Don't let your hip fall back. Try and be truly to your side. And depending on how flexible your leg is, you can draw the leg in or keep it away from you. You can even hold on to your thigh or your calf if you feel unstable or you feel that your leg isn't ready to stretch as much. And gently release the leg. Turn on to the other side. So you have your elbow and your foot all in one line. At first, just try to find your sense of balance so that you're not falling forward or back. Use the top arm to support you. Bend the top leg and see where you want to hold. Maybe you want to hold on to the thigh and stretch the leg. Hold wherever you feel comfortable. Staying in the pose for about 20 seconds. Try and stretch your legs out as much as you can. Keep the feet engaged. And gently release the leg. Gently sit up. So you stretched out your hip, trying to find that balance between your stomach and your back, keeping the hips to one side, stacked one on top of the other. We're going to end with a release for the hips called the reclining pigeon. So you have one leg crossed over the other. This is where you're going to be. And you're gently going to draw this leg in, trying to keep the hip out. So we're doing that on the floor now in a bit. So it's just test out your legs and see how your hips feel when you're here. Gently stretch by pressing the thigh out to the side. So we're going to try and maintain the knee going out to the side as we stretch the leg. Coming down onto the floor now. Lie down on your back. Relax completely. Take a moment. Bend your knees in and cross your left ankle over your right thigh, right at the top, near your knee. Stretch, continue to stretch out to the back with your leg, and your knee will stretch as much as your hip allows you, because your hip is what's stretching right now. So don't overstress your knee while doing this. Make sure your lower back is on the floor, that you're not arching your back. Make yourself nice and comfortable there. Now we hold on to the right thigh and gently draw that leg in. You'll feel the hip of your left leg stretching, the leg that is bent over the front. If you want, you can also hold on to the shin and draw the leg in. Holding there for a good 20 seconds. Relax your shoulders, take nice long inhalations, long exhalations. If you hold on to your thigh and stretch your bottom leg up, you'll feel the hamstring activate as well, and the calf in this leg, in the right leg, which is underneath. Staying there for 10 more seconds, nice long inhalations. Breathe in as much air as you can. As you exhale, breathe out all the air from your lungs. Gently release the leg and change sides. Stretch the legs out in between if you want. Bend the legs again. Cross the right leg over the left. Again, gently stretch your knee out to your side, opening out the hip. So your hand is on your thigh. Whenever you're handling the knee joint, either place your arm above or below the knee joint. Don't press directly onto the knee joint. Gently release that leg. Now draw the left leg in. The bottom leg is coming in. Continue to breathe as you're doing that. Depending on how open your thighs and your legs are, as you bend, you might feel a stretch in your outer hip of the bent leg, the one that's bent in front, or you might even feel the hamstring start to work, the back of the thigh. Continue to draw the leg in. If you want, you can even hold on to the shin. Staying there for a good 15 seconds more. Relax the shoulders, relax the lower back, the jaw, the skin of your forehead, and now releasing the leg. Stretch the legs out. Coming into Shavasana, the corpse pose. Your legs are 3 to 4 feet apart. Adjust your body, your clothes, whatever you feel like. Turn the head to the right, turn it to the left. Come back to the center. You can turn your head right and left a couple more times if you want to. Make any last adjustments that you want. Getting ready to settle down and do a little bit of breathing in Shavasana. So we'll take 4 counts to inhale, allowing the abdomen and the chest to rise, and we'll take 8 counts to exhale. Very, very slowly releasing the breath from the lungs, allowing the stomach to return to its relaxed position. We'll do this for 4 breaths. As you inhale, allow the stomach and the chest to expand. As you exhale, allow the chest to gently relax and the stomach to relax as well. Taking a nice long inhalation all the way down to your toes. Exhale fully, breathe all the air out of your lungs. Taking 4 counts to inhale the next time you inhale. Inhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8. One more time. Inhale, abdomen expands. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in the lungs. And release the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath in the lungs for a few seconds. Release the breath slowly with control. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax for a moment. Allow your feet, the legs, thighs, the hips, calves and the shins, the ankles and the toes, everything to relax completely. Relax your stomach, chest and your shoulders, the arms, the elbows and the wrists, fingers and the thumbs. Bring your awareness into all the muscles of your face. Relax your jaw, relax your cheeks, your eyes, relax the skin above your forehead, in between your eyebrows, the temples. So today we practiced balancing poses, and as you're doing this practice, you might let your attention travel from your body into your mind and other aspects of your life. Come back for yoga with AJ next time, that's me, and join us as we do twisting poses. We have done twists before. We'll travel a little deeper into this twisting practice, understanding how the spine opens up and how it benefits us as we practice using each side of our body and opening up the upper and the lower body. Remember to stay connected to yourself and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.